We're still going to review setting, but we're going to focus more on these things. Now, I'm about to show you some special friends of mine. They don't have anything to do with the book, and I want you to see what we might be learning about. So, this is one of my friends. Anybody know who this is? That's right, Curious George. He likes to get into a lot of things because he's curious. And here's another friend of mine, or all of ours. Who knows who this is? That's right, it's Z. And here's one more of my friends. This is Franklin. This is Franklin. These friends I've seen in books. And do you know what these friends are called? Well, they're called characters. This week we're going to be learning about characters in our book. Characters are the people, animals, or things in a story that can think, feel, and act. So those are the people or animals, or even things, like our friend Z. He's considered a thing because he's not an animal or a person. How they feel or act in a story. And Miss Burrow's been doing lots of harmony lessons about how Z and his friends feel a lot of the times. So, characters are the people or animals in the story, and they usually do a lot of talking. This week's story has these two characters, and you're going to learn more about this little girl and what looks like the grandma. Before we do that, I'm going to put up here on my chart some things to help us remember who are characters. Miss Bumgarner's lost her marker, so hold on. Okay, got it back. Okay, so if we say people, well, we know who people are. So people usually do talking in the story. So I have a little girl here, and it looks like she's happy and she likes to play soccer. So this is a character who may play soccer in a story, a little girl. And I bet a bunch of you are getting excited for this thing that's happening at the end of the month. Wonder if you know what it is. Halloween. Here are some characters, and they're dressed up for Halloween, and it all looks like they're excited and happy as well. So people can be characters in our story. Animals can also be characters in the story because they sometimes talk, and they can feel and act in our stories because a lot of times our stories are fiction, meaning they're not real. The author has used their imagination to make the story up. So if they want an animal to talk in the story, then they can do that by using their imagination. Who knows who this character is? That's right, it's Clifford. Clifford is a character that we see a lot. Who knows who this character is? Winnie the Pooh. He's a character we see in books. And I always like to tell my boys and girls, you may see these characters on TV, but guess what? These characters first started in books. That's why it's important to read, because most of the books that you read that you really enjoy the characters in, they were first in a book before they were on TV. This is our other animal to help us remember characters, and I bet you know who he is. That's right, it's Cat in the Hat. So animals can be characters in a story, people can be characters in stories, and things. And I'm going to draw our thing the best that I can, and I'm going to draw Z because we know him really well. So I'm just going to try to draw Z, our little alien friend who helps us in our harmony lessons. And he's going to be there for our things. Our things. And he's looking a little bit nervous because he is meeting all these new friends. in Earth?
He really does seem so nervous.
Oh, he's nervous. All right. So we have our animals, our people, and things. Now I want you to listen to our story to see if you can think about who the characters are. And I see two of our characters already. This story is called When Grandma Gives You a Lemon Tree. And it's written by Jamie Denon and illustrated by Lorraine Roca. That last name was really hard. Let's review real quick what an author does. An author writes the words. An illustrator draws the pictures. So we really had to look at illustrations last week for our setting. Illustrations are a big thing that helps us in stories. So let's read the story to see if we can think about who the characters are. So, you were hoping for one of these: robot dog, drone, computer, phone, remote control car, headphones. And that's her birthday wish list. She was thinking about all these things, like computers, phones, remote control cars, headphones. I bet some of you guys would like that for your birthday. But surprise, it's a lemon tree. What should you do when your grandma gives you a lemon tree for your birthday? First of all, act excited. Not this. And definitely not this. Next, say something polite. Try, "Thank you, just what I wanted or needed." Keep smiling until Grandma leaves or falls asleep. And do not harm your lemon tree. Look at how this character right here, the little girl, is one of our characters, and we don't know her name because she hasn't said it yet. So wonder how this character is feeling right now. How is she feeling? And we clearly know how Grandma's feeling right here. She's sleepy. Don't drop it off a bridge or tie it to your birthday balloons. Don't play Ding Dong Ditch the Lemon Tree. Dear neighbor, happy Lemon Tree Day! So those are some things you shouldn't do to your lemon tree. Now listen closely. This is important. Place your lemon tree in a sunny spot and be careful not to overwater it. And prepare for battle against intruders. Look who she's preparing battle against. One of the questions in your activity is going to be, what do you see the other kids doing? What do you notice the other kids doing? Not our little girl that's the main character, but what are all the other little kids doing right now in the story? I really want the boys and girls to think about this. And if you need to look at the book again, that's always good to do. I really want to see if our friends can answer this question. And see, parents, you can help a little bit to see if they can really look at those illustrations to see what are all the other kids doing while our little girl has a lemon tree. When winter arrives, keep your lemon tree warm. Then wait and wait and wait some more. It looks like she's named her lemon tree Lola. And I'll tell you, boys and girls, this is a really good book. This is one of my favorites that I've gotten that's new. Picking lemons. Woohoo! Pick them, slice them, squeeze them. Come on! Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze-a-roo. Ta-da! Now you have lemon juice. Has the little girl's feelings changed as the character? I wonder if they've changed. You can pause this video and see if you think they've changed. Who's the other character that's helping the little girl now with her lemons? I also know in our notice in our illustration that she has the birthday list up here. You didn't think I'd just leave you with lemon juice, did you? Of course not. Remember those gifts you were hoping for? It's good you're staying focused. Now, that is the grandma talking. That is grandma doing the talking there. So grandma and the little girl are our characters. It looks like she's adding something to her new birthday wish list. I think grandma might be trying to teach her a lesson. Gather these items: lemon juice, water, and a pinch or handful of sugar. When there's a recipe right here. 4 flashy lemonade stand, and cue a dazzling smile. What has the little girl decided to do with the lemons from her lemon tree? And look at all the other kids now in the neighborhood. Start noticing what they are doing. Ka-ching! Count your cash and head to the store. You can finally buy exactly what you wanted. So look, where is she standing in front of? Pause the video. She's standing in front of something, and it looks like something that was originally, that means at the beginning, of her birthday wish list. And then look in the direction that the little girl is looking and see if Grandma changed her feelings about what she really wanted for her birthday. Now, you can finally buy exactly what you wanted. Something you can really enjoy. So here's Lola. I want you to look back at the beginning of our book. Did anybody notice this empty space of dull grass in between the apartments? Now look what Grandma has made has made the little girl, Lola's her lemon tree, think about what she wants to do. And now notice all the kids. They're really paying attention to this little girl. What did she go buy instead of robots and cell phones and computers? What did she go buy? And now she can share it with others too. Oh my goodness, she's really brightened up the neighborhood. And all the other little boys and girls put down their robots and their phones and their computers and tablets. And now they want to do something beautiful too. So Grandma helps this little girl think of something that they could do for the neighborhood. And now I see a little girl painting, and one's playing music, and I see other friends painting and drawing, and I don't see anyone having an electronic in their hand. They're being creative. So now look at her neighborhood. So she changed what her neighborhood looks like. And there's boys and girls playing together and jump roping together. And I know that might be hard right now at school, but I know at home you have brothers and sisters that you can play outside with and be creative with. And there's a little boy drawing with chalk. So think about our characters in this story. Who are our two main characters? Well, now we know that it was the grandma and the little girl. They never told us their names, but they were definitely characters, and they changed how they felt in the story, and Grandma made her think about what she might really want for her birthday, and there were people